As Phillip Rivers has signed with the Indianapolis Colts, Brian Mitchell's prepared to make an announcement.
Coming out of retirement, baby. Hey, Jeff, I think I could get those 20 yards you were discussing.
Don't you need 1 yard to get to 5,000?
Yeah, but just getting that 1 yard won't help. I need to do it. I need to get about 40 yards on one return, which will help. It helped to get the yard and it'll bump the average up.
All right.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Brian Mitchell.
Let's start next season.
Joining us now on the Rude Guest Hotline. Rude makes the most reliable HVAC products in the DMV. Our friend, Mr. Barstool Nate. Nate Dogg. BMitch is coming back. If Phillip Rivers can do it, so can B.
I mean, we pulled Mark Sanchez out of the broadcast booth to try to throw passes, so anything's possible.
He was in his 30s, though.
It's kind of wild.
How old are you, Nate?
37.
You think you got anything you can give us, man? We need another little body out on the field.
I say it all the time. I have great hands. I can catch, but I just don't have any other. I can't run a 4.4. But
I saw your hands, Nate. You got them Whopper Jr. hands.
I don't know if
Kenny
that's a good
Pickett.
thing or bad thing. No,
it's a bad thing.
I'm telling you. I can catch. I just can't run routes or anything like that or take a hit, but I can catch the ball.
Well, you know what you need to do? You need to just go stand with the quarterback throwing the ball, and if somebody catch it, go do that job. Don't go on the football field then.
No, that's why I'm a blogger, not a football player.
We be living this blog life, Nate.
Wow, man. This is cool. I actually, this is cool to me.
Yeah.
For them to sign him, so I've been thinking about this all day. The mere fact that they went public and said they were going to work him out, they have to know he stayed in shape and he's working out. And now they've signed him. Hell, not everybody that retired has stopped working out. This dude been sitting home for 5 years. I'm pulling for him.
It does seem like he played more recently, but it was 2020. That was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Phillip Rivers, you just know he can just sling the ball. 63,000
He sling more than the ball. He got 11 kids.
Well, that has to be most of it. He'll do anything to get out of that house. Like, anything.
Two relevant tweets. Diana Rossini just tweeted, a source close to Phillip Rivers describes a player who looks in better shape now than when he played. It's a no-brainer for who gives them the best chance. Expect a heavy dose of Jonathan Taylor and the Colts ground game to support the 44-year-old Rivers. Then I got this tweet from Big Wilkes. He said, bro's got like 13 kids to feed. He's probably broke.
Yeah, I mean, look, you got to feel for the 26-year-old journeyman who's hoping to get one more shot in the league, and then they pull Phillip Rivers out of the old folks home. That must sting a little bit. Yeah, but good for Phillip. I'm excited with you, BMitch.
I'm happy for him, man.
Yeah,
because like everyone was like, "Oh man, he's 44." The first thing hit me this morning was there are a lot of quarterbacks that are backing up on other teams, and a lot of guys that got cut that are trying to make teams and on practice squad, and they call this 44-year-old dude rather than calling you.
What does it say about Anthony Richardson?
Oh, he's on IR.
Yeah.
He's banged up for the year. He's done because he's that bone. He can't. Yeah, he can't come back.
I mean, RG3 better keep his phone on.
Yo, you know who's mad right now?
You know they didn't call him.
Yeah. All right, Nate Dogg. We'll talk a little. I want to be sure we talk some Caps because they are red hot.
They're doing it, Nate. You were right about something, man. Finally.
I told you about something about everything.
Thursday night, I'm going to go to that. That should be the Caps are in first place in the Metro, hosting the Hurricanes, second place in the Metro. Carolina knocked Washington out of the playoffs last year. How excited are you about this Caps kind of Christmas season push that we've become accustomed to?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do any victory laps. We had that little lull. But, yeah, Caps, not just first in the Metro, my friends, first in the East. Just very good team. Logan Thompson's playing better, I believe, than not just any goalie in the NHL, but any player in the NHL. He is lights out. He should be starting for Team Canada in the Olympics. And we can talk about Tom Wilson. That's a big discussion right now about if he should make Team Canada. I think that's such a no-brainer, just his presence and his goal-scoring ability, his penalty kill ability. Absolutely, he should be on Team Canada. But, yeah, the Caps are a wagon, as they say. You can't really find a flaw on the team right now. Leonard getting knocked out is tough. He will be out for what looks like a good amount of time. He was really, really picking up his game and just playing unbelievable hockey. But besides that, which is unfortunate, the Caps look great.
What happened to Leno? That must have been while I was traveling. I missed that.
He took a dirty hit behind the net from Jacob Trouba, and he was last seen wearing a sling in the locker room. They haven't officially announced what happened. Everybody thought it was a concussion, but it looks like maybe he broke something in his arm or shoulder or something like that. So he's going to miss an extended period of time. And he was just every game getting better and better and just so good with the puck. And just his release is unbelievable. He has a very, very, very bright future in the NHL. So, yeah, he took kind of a dirty hit and he's going to miss time, but the Caps keep rolling, and it looks like he'll be all right because he's traveling with the team. So,
well, he's been hanging out with Ovi, so he may come back off an injury and play even better like Ovi does.
Oh, yeah. Ovi got a shipment of that Russian stuff coming over that they just inject into your veins. He'll be back in no time.
Oh, boy, I'm glad you're doing close to them.
They got help.
You know what? They'll be saying, hey, we got to make y'all come in for a test.
I mean, Ovi broke his leg and came back in a week and a half and just put up like 50 more goals. So, yeah, something's going on.
I don't know if I told you this story, Nate. I think I said it on air. So when Ovi broke his leg, they were in Utah. And I know some of the folks that were in Utah. And before he went like all the way into the dressing room, and before they did x-rays or anything, they said someone told me that Ovi was just standing there fully like in skates, in pads, everything, just hitting his leg, trying to get it to pop back into place with a broken leg. Is that the most Ovi story ever?
He broke his leg.
Crazy.
He like banged his stick on it, and then he like took a couple laps around the rink, and he's like, all right, I'll get an x-ray, I guess. But yeah, I think if he had it his way, he wouldn't have missed the game.
It's crazy.
Because we're talking about fun stuff like the Caps being red hot, I want to ask you another fun one. I don't know that this is on your radar, but you and I are both Terps. It hasn't been the best time for the Terps of late. You see Derek Queen is just balling out in New Orleans, had a triple-double last night.
He's the man. I mean, I have called him the future face of the league, kind of facetiously, but kind of not, because he's really, really good, and he's really, really funny and just a likable guy.
Yeah.
New Orleans, though, I mean, they're 3-22. They're they're a terrible team. But if you can build around Queen and he just progressively gets better, they traded. If you recall, the Pelicans traded an unprotected first rounder to trade to the pick to get Queen, and everybody called it the worst draft day trade like of all time. Like, how can the Pelicans, who can't win a game, trade an unprotected first rounder? And thank goodness for their sake, Queen's awesome. Unfortunately, they're also 3-22, so that pick's going to be like in the top 5. But yeah, I'm a huge Derek Queen guy. If they sold like NBA jerseys with sleeves, I would buy one. But
that might be like a t-shirt jersey situation.
Just get you a long sleeve t-shirt.
Yeah, put that on my Christmas list.
That's what he wears, right? Does he still wear the long sleeve tee and
the huge baggy tee? Yeah.
Is he wearing that in the association?
That's an underarm underneath that, dog.
Nah, but I'm watching the highlights from last night. He's got a short sleeve now. Maybe the NBA doesn't allow the big baggy long sleeve tee like he was wearing it.
Hey, dog.
Yeah, but
you need to look like you're in shape.
He'll be in the Rookie of the Year conversation, and he's only 20 years old, and he seems to be loving life down in New Orleans. I'm big fan of his.
Me too, man. And he had a good line last night after the triple-double. He said, pretty good for a person that didn't have a preseason, was hurt, and a lot of people doubted. And he went on and said, I had some doubts myself. Like,
oh, hell, but that motivated him.
Yeah.
I like it.
Easy.
He wasn't just sitting at home resting. He was sitting at home working.
Easy guy to root for, man.
Definitely.
All right. We talked fun stuff. Talking with our friend Barstool Nate here on the Rude guest hotline. Rude makes the most reliable heating and air conditioning products in the DMV. You can follow Nate Dogg at Barstool Nate. Read his work at Barstool Sports. Obviously, just a disaster of a game in Minnesota. Just a true disaster. What do you want to see over these next 4?
I don't want to do this whole thing. I know it's all anybody can talk about. I'm on the side of, if Jaden was cleared to play and healthy, he should have played. I did not come out of that game thinking that he was healthy enough to play, confident enough to play, or should have been on the field. Not only did he play bad, he looked hesitant. He did not look like the JD5 that we know he can be. It seems like the best course of action would be to shut him down, tell him to hit the weight room, hit rehab, and come back fully refreshed, fully ready next season to play football. Because what we saw on Sunday was not football. That was garbage all around for the team. Jaden played bad. The defense played bad. Everybody kind of besides Chris Gonzalez played bad.
Rodriguez.
I just what did I say? Gonzalez, Chris Rodriguez. Jesus. But yeah, I don't want to see. I don't think there's any positive to Jaden playing. We can talk about him getting reps and progression. These look like negative reps to me. It looks like every rep he's getting worse, and we don't need that. Just we're 3-10. The season is over. Let's let him rehab, recuperate, watch tape, and get ready for next season. I see very, very little upside and a lot of downside to him playing.
You don't think that the fact that he was off was the fact that he wasn't playing? And then on top of it, when you go back out there, you get the coaches and everybody saying, hey, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. That makes you hesitant.
Yeah, no, but I get that. But my counter to that would be, we saw how good he is. We know how good he is. Something was off. He cannot be that bad if something isn't off. And the fact that he was pulled from the game after being rocked after that interception because he fell on that elbow, and the fact that, there's uncomfortability makes me wonder, why he was cleared, but is he cleared because he's 80% healthy? Like, what's the line there? 70% healthy? He was not 100% healthy, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I don't know, but he did not look like he was ready to play. It didn't look like he trusted himself to play the way that he has to play to be his best self. And if you can't play Jaden Daniels style football, then you shouldn't be on the field. And when we're 3-10, I see no reason for him to trot back out there and be protecting his elbow if it's not ready to play.
All right, so we know what your opinion is. What do you think will happen?
Dan Quinn seems to want him back out there. I think that's a mistake. Dan Quinn is not on my good side right now.
I don't think it's Dan Quinn. I think everyone says Dan Quinn. I think if he's going on the field, it's Josh Harris. I think it's Peters. I think it's Quinn, and I think it's the doctors. I think everybody made a decision. Dan Quinn not doing that by himself.
Sure. I'm putting the brunt of it on the head coach, because I ultimately decide he's the one choosing who suits up on game day. I don't think you're incorrect. I think it probably is a organizational decision. But Jaden's never going to say, no, don't put me in. We got to protect him at some point. If he can't fall on his arm without being pulled from the game, he shouldn't be in the game. I think it's that simple.
We'll see you on Sunday, man. I assume we'll see you at the Meadowlands?
I'll be in the Bahamas.
He's not coming to Monday.
Are you actually going to the Bahamas?
He's scared to go to football games.
Yeah, I'll be in Atlantis in the Bahamas. I'm leaving on Thursday.
I heard it's gonna be snowing in the Bahamas.
I'm extremely jealous. Will you go to the beach or just stay in the poker room?
You hear that, BMitch? He couldn't fathom someone else taking a vacation. He goes, "Oh God, I need to be there."
That was fun.
Well, he gonna be in the poker room. He don't have a beach body.
Nate's kind of gotten swole, B. I know you won't believe it, but kid's in the gym.
He probably got swole. I mean, he can't move because he got a messed up ankle.
I'm in the best shape of my life right now. That's not even a joke. I've worked out hard for the last 5 months.
You know what they say about being like round? That's the shape.
No. Hey, that's not nice. I'm in good shape. I'm in good shape right now. You should be encouraging me, not putting me down. But I get there Thursday. I'll have a beach day and water slide day on Friday, then play poker on Saturday.
I did want to ask you something else here, because I think you'll be kind of funny about this, is my guess.
I always.
What do you make of Notre Dame? Just how they're handling the playoff snub.
They're taking their ball and going home.
Yeah, man.
Bunch of babies. Bunch of just babies. Just a bunch of dorks. Like, this is why everybody hey, Notre Dame, schedule someone and beat them if you want to be included, and then don't cry about it when you're not. Like, beat one team ever, and then you can get in. Notre Dame's just a bunch of losers. I have nothing but, they should be made fun of more. Like, just get out of my face, Notre Dame.
I thought you'd be, I was interested in your take on that. What do you make of JMU? The boys in the out in the hallway were just yelling about this. What do you make of JMU and Tulane getting in when odds are schools that got left out, Notre Dame, Texas would probably be double-digit favorites if they actually played on the field.
Yeah.
Against who?
Against JMU or Tulane.
But
they made it.
The
They
team that they're
made
supposed
it
to be.
the college football playoff, and everybody loves a bracket, and they made it. Nobody's ever going to be completely happy. It's 12 teams. They saved those 2 slots for a reason. I don't hate it. I get why people dislike it. Sure, Tulane probably will be blown to pieces, but we've seen crazier things happen. It's not out of the ordinary for a double-digit underdog to win one game in college football. We've seen it before, and I think it's cool when the smaller teams get in. I liked rooting for Cincinnati a couple of years back. It's always exciting. Boise, that was a huge story. So no, I have no issue with it. If these bigger teams want to get in, win more games. It's just that easy. Yeah. And stop making these super conferences. You're kind of screwing yourself. You're taking the cash grab and then complaining when there's not enough slots. Well, choose one or the other.
Yeah, I tend to agree. It's like the NCAA tournament for basketball is obviously so different because it is whatever it is now, 72, 68 teams getting in.
It's about to be 128 in a year.
Well, they're just going to keep opening it up. You know what's fascinating to me, though, is ultimately all this stuff is just about television. It's about television, money, and that's all this is about, right? But college football, man, is about to screw themselves in a lot of ways by creating the playoff. Now you've got some of your biggest, baddest names jumping out of the other bowls, right? Like Notre Dame, Texas, a bunch of schools are like, no, we're not doing that. Michigan State. So in turn, these bowls that support these television networks, namely ESPN, because what do they call that? Bowl week? Like the week before Christmas, you can turn any time of day, you can put a game on, and that product is going to suffer. Like the unintended consequences of this stuff, I find pretty fascinating. It's about to
get worse. Today, University of Utah signed with private equity for a $500 million partnership with Otro Capital. So it's a for-profit athletic department private equity handshake where now every school is going to get bought by private equity. Kind of like how Michigan State just got 400 whatever million from those super billionaires. Utah just signed with private equity. It's the game's dead. The game that we once loved is dead. It's all money. It's all going to be private equity. Wait till the Saudi money starts flowing in.
But they've been making that money. I just think the only difference now is the players are getting money. But the thing of what JP is saying, the little bastards didn't make it to the playoffs. To the bowls. To the main thing, and they don't want to play in the other bowls. They get fined for all that stuff. But if they don't play, that's cool.
Players are all millionaires. The coach is like, you guys want to play or you want to go to Atlantis in the Bahamas on Thursday, and they all chose Atlantis. So yeah, the game's dead.
I've seen that take. The game's dead, and Utah's getting this private equity deal. The Big Ten tried to do a conference-wide private equity deal.
Yep.
They've been paying the players for a few years now officially. The transfer portal, the NIL, all of it. I still just watch the games. Like to me, it's just
it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep eyes, and hey, I have no problem with it. I wish I can go back and get my money. They owe me some money.
You coming back to the NFL and the NCAA?
No, I just want to go get my payment. If they're paying players, I deserve money.
You're not. I just, for me, it's like it's easy to say like, oh man, amateur sports is over. One, they were probably getting paid anyway before. Two,
they were.
I still just watch the games. I love watching the games, and the rest of it's just kind of.
You think every player at Alabama was able to buy that damn Dodge Charger?
Right.
All them Dodge Chargers in the parking lot. So they've been getting paid forever. Let's be real.
How much did you get paid, BMitch?
They gave me 2 Snickers.
B always had a job, but he was paid very well for a job and had his own apartment and 300 ZX, right?
And he still is.
Bridge is still there.
Bankrupting Odyssey.
All right, Nate Dogg, appreciate you. Have fun in the Bahamas, man.
All right, I'll keep in touch. If I get rich, I'll never see you guys again.
We don't see you anyway. You don't leave your apartment.
It's a good point. I go to the gym.
See you, buddy.
See ya.
Barstool Nate, give him a follow at Barstool Nate. Kind enough to join us via the Rude Guest Hotline.